Welcome to the Boxing Talk Show, fair but firm, with the Hall of Fame boxing referee. I'm Joe Cortez and co-host John Zemel in English and in Spanish for all of Las Vegas. Come on, guys, let's touch them up. Clean fight. I'm Joe Cortez, fair but firm.
Welcome to the Fair But Firm show here at Spookorama.
Yes, sir.
Hey, guys, we're ready to talk about
I got to see
the Ghost.
What kind of score she had?
I mean, there was a fighter named the Ghost.
Was it? Who was he?
Yeah, the Ghost was it Guerrero?
Robert
the
Guerrero?
Ghost.
The Ghost Guerrero?
Yeah.
There's been some spooky nicknames over time. I think we should rank those in a little bit.
Yeah,
those
some
are
of those.
fun.
Yeah,
But welcome to the Fair But Firm show. Here, I'm John Zemel, and this is
Joe Cortez here.
Joe Cortez.
The guys, today we'll be talking about some of the fights that happened just this past weekend. We had a middleweight championship.
Yes, sir. Another one. Seemed like just last week we had two, because we did, and now we have a third.
Now we had Danny Jacobs winning a split decision over the
Sergey Derevyanchenko.
What a name. I tell you, all the letters in the alphabet and his last name.
They make sure they fit him in. It's a spooky name.
Spooky name. Anyway, guys.
Danny Jacobs looked good, man. Danny Jacobs always looks good when he came to play. He came to fight, and he earned that belt.
He did, but there was a ghost in that fight. One of the judges gave it to the Russian. There was a split decision. I said, Judy Letterman, my dear friend, what happened?
Yeah, it looks like two of the judges were treats and one was a trick, I think. I don't know, man. That was a strange decision.
But let me tell you, Judy Letterman is one of the best judges in boxing today. I can tell you that. So whatever she saw that night, I don't know. She saw it. I respect her. Great job. Her father, Harold Letterman. How did he have it?
I don't know. I didn't see it. It was on HBO. Actually, I don't know how he put it. But that is interesting that's how they did it. That's cool.
Anyway, but the thing is that this week we have Halloween. For you guys around the world that are watching, happy Halloween, even if you don't celebrate it, but we want to share our Halloween. Ooh.
Spooky. I think we have a cool show today, man. We have cool Halloween themed stuff. I have, like we said, we talked about, we had a big middleweight matchup, which is important considering like we've been talking about recently, the number one paid athlete in the entire world is a middleweight champion. So now you have three other middleweight champions who just fell in line the last 3 weeks.
But one of the things is that Danny Jacobs becomes the middleweight champion of the world, but he doesn't want to fight Triple G. He wants to go right after Canelo.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
that's the money fight.
I mean, that's where the money's at.
Exactly.
And Tom Toffler, Triple G's promoter manager, says that they don't want to fight Jamel Charlo.
No, I don't blame him.
Eddie Hearn says Jamel Charlo. Eddie Hearn says that he has a fighter, but that's in another division.
Yeah. The thing about the Charlo fight is it doesn't make much sense if you're Triple G. If you're Triple G, it made sense to fight Ryota Murata. Pick up another belt, let him come off of that fight against, who did he fight? Rob Brandt. But Rob Brandt ended up beating him, ended up taking that belt, the WBA regular belt. So that was no longer in play, which is, so Triple G's plans kind of had a wrench thrown in him because he's not going to fight somebody dangerous. Let's just be honest. He's going to wait for that Canelo trilogy payday, as he should. His career is going to be defined by the Canelo trilogy. That's just the way it is. Otherwise, I mean, that's the only way that we'll see him. We're going to look back on this time. We're going to see Triple G, and he either overcame and won that final fight, or he didn't. And everything he does right now doesn't really matter compared to that.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about Halloween, I remember one night I was refereeing a fight in Atlantic City. Prince Nassim Ahmed.
Oh yeah.
United Kingdom. You guys remember one of your favorite fighters.
Certainly one of mine too.
You guys are into boxing in United Kingdom. I know we got a following there as well. My friend Dan and Paul, the whole gang over there. Ooh.
John and Paul and Dan and everybody.
Happy Halloween to you guys there too. Anyway, the thing was that night, Prince Nassim Ahmed fought Wayne Rocket Pocket McCullough. Wayne McCullough in Atlantic City. And it was a tough fight for McCullough. Prince Nassim Ahmed came out with at the beginning of the show with all the spooky...
His theatrics, like he always does.
I mean, unbelievable stuff. He walked by this here skeleton head. As he's walking by, he looked at it, he gives it a shot, knocked the head off this pedestal. He walked right into the ring. I'm sitting in the ring waiting, watching this whole show before the main event. That was Prince Nassim Ahmed. Taking my hat off to Prince. You did it good throughout the years. You're very charismatic.
Exactly, and also scary. People were afraid to fight Prince Nassim. He was intimidating because he had such a presence, and it wasn't so much that he was like Mean, because he wasn't really mean. He was theatrical. He'd dance around you. He'd
does
scare
that.
you that way.
I mean, I've seen some of these fighters try to imitate Prince Nsinga. There's nobody.
Can't do it. No, nobody else.
like Prince Nsinga.
A lot of people will dance on people, will kind of put on a show. No one did it to the extreme that Prince Nassim did it, and carries such big power in those little fists. It's crazy, man. In such a small package, he was able to deliver such big rights and lefts all day long, and it was just his style was all over the place. He was wild. You can't copy what he did because you would never teach somebody to fight like that.
Yeah.
The way that he would, like, I mean, obviously you know so much more about the technical game than I do, but his the way that he was all over the place with his weight, throwing his weight back and forth, it was easy to get planted, but he didn't because he had so much power in those fists that it made it a lot easier, made it a lot better. And, that was, speaking of which, who do you think is the scariest fighter ever? Because I was thinking about this today for the Halloween show. There's a lot of names out there. You got, Thomas Hitman Hearns. You got Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston was one of them, but of course Mike Tyson was the really knockout out. Even though Sonny Liston was like he was a really devastating puncher, but you know what? Nobody like Mike Tyson.
No, I probably think Sonny Liston might even be a better heavyweight, but Mike Tyson is the scariest fighter I think I've ever seen. Now, right now, this is where it gets fun. Who do you think's the scariest fighter, most intimidating fighter right now in boxing?
Well, I'll tell you, but let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Who was the scariest?
All time, yeah.
Ask Evander Holyfield. He'll tell you. He got his ear bitten off.
That's spooky. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, Mike Tyson might have also been a vampire at the end of it, too. You got to factor that in.
Well, he bit Lennox Lewis' leg. You got
He's
United
fighting
Kingdom.
all kinds of people.
Remember when he bit Lennox Lewis?
At the weigh-in, right? The press conference.
Yeah, come on, the press conference. Come on, Mike the Vampire.
Iron Mike the Vampire. But who do you think is the scariest fighter today?
Well, today, I think the scariest fighter today, I got to go with, man, there's so many guys out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Deontay Wilder is definitely one of them.
He's on that list, man.
Anthony Joshua is definitely another one. Now Danny Jacobs, and of course, Canelo Alvarez. You have Terrence Crawford.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Porter. Errol Spence Jr.
That's a big one.
I mean, there's a lot.
I think these guys with a lot of big power. I'm gonna throw a name out there, and I think he not only has the best, is the scariest fighter today, but he also has the scariest nickname, and that's Noya the Monster Inoue. I think right now in the bantamweight champion is the scariest fighter there is right now, and
he's definitely.
He's got that scariness about him, man. He likes scary nicknames. He's got the monster. I think a few of my other favorites. I like how Triple G was known as the boogeyman for a while. No one would say his name.
Right.
No one would talk about him. I like that. That's spooky. You think about it, the boogeyman.
The boogeyman.
The boogeyman. Yeah, exactly.
There was a fighter back in the 70s, 80s called the boogeyman. I forgot. He was a guy in the middleweight division. I forgot who he was. But anyway, the thing is that boxing is really on the upswing. Not only that, but look at even Halloween, guys. Look what we're doing on Halloween for you guys around the world. Let's just share a little bit of what we're doing out here. It's not just boxing. Have a lot of fun with it. We're in the hurt business, but we like to enjoy it as well. Have some fun.
Have some fun.
Have some fun for you guys. I mean, come on. I'm fair, but I'm firm. But yes, I like to have some fun while we're at it.
Fair but firm but fun. That's the name. That was the original name of the show. We thought it was too
fair
much better.
But fun.
Fair but fun.
But anyway, here we are at the Fair but Firm show here with my co-host John Zemel, Joe Cortez here. So many things are happening in boxing, and I tell you, young fighters out there, if you got the talent, you got to work at it because you have to be prepared. The kid that fought Danny Jacobs Saturday night, unheard of, he gave Jacobs a hell of a fight.
He's a good fighter, man. Derevyanchenko's he's to be reckoned with in the middleweight division for sure. He's that second tier. There's the Canelo and Triple G, and then there's the Jermall Charlos and the some people put Billy Joe Saunders in there. I'm sure a lot of you do. And Jermall Charlo and Danny Jacobs, and then that level right below that with maybe Ryota Murata and a lot of those guys. Derevyachenko fits right in there, but resumes aren't made without that tier of fighters.
But you could be good, but you have to work at it. You got to train hard. It's like when you go looking for a job, you got to go prepared. I mean, you're not going to go knock on the door. They're not going to open up if you're not prepared. You knock on the door, you're prepared. You know what? The door will open.
That's why you got to make sure you have your bag ready and you say trick or treat. As soon as they open the door, you got to be prepared.
That's it.
Exactly. Let me tell you something right now. Speaking of scared, because this is, it was a Halloween show, let me talk about somebody who's not scared, and that's Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is, this is one of the first instances I can remember ever in my life where a guy who has a claim for the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, a guy who who's a ton of respect. He could go down right now and he'd still probably be a Hall of Famer. And he's going up 2 weight classes to fight a guy that people in his weight class are afraid to even say his name, and that's Errol Spence Jr. They're scared of him. He's like the welterweight boogeyman right now. And no one will touch him. No one will say the name Errol Spence. But you know who did? Mikey Garcia. And that's the guy. If I was in a horror movie and I was going through and want that one guy up front, I want Mikey Garcia in that movie with me going up against Jason. That's
exactly. I'm telling you guys, man. Mikey Garcia, somebody reckon with. And you know what? You don't remember his brother Robert Garcia, who's his trainer, was also a former lightweight champion.
Yeah, and he's a great trainer.
Yeah, he's a great trainer.
He gets a ton of credit.
You know what I like about trainers, especially like Robert Garcia? He's so cool, calm, and collected in that corner. He'll wait when you come back, and then he'll give you the instructions. I don't like to see these guys yelling their heads off, and you're telling the opponent what's coming in next. It's like you're throwing a missile. And you say, watch out, the missile is coming, and the guy, they run away. Don't dictate right there. Don't yell to your fighter that, hey, hit him with the left of the body, a right hand to the head. Come on. The guy is listening. The guy is not deaf.
No, yeah, good point.
Ooh.
No, yeah. It's like, they're going to be like tennis soon where you're not allowed to coach from the sidelines.
No.
They got to keep it quiet.
Exactly. I mean, that's one of the most quietest sports besides golf. They don't hit the ball. Nobody makes a noise.
No, they go, yeah.
And then in tennis, you can't yell. Everybody's quiet.
Strange.
I like the excitement. I like the action.
Yeah.
I like the fans, not the corner man. I like the fans to get excited,
shouting and screaming and yelling.
I was watching the World Series last night. At the last inning, all the Dodgers fans are standing up.
Oh.
Nobody's on their seat. Everybody's on there. They're standing up. They're so intense, hoping that they will get another hit so they can at least score or tie it up and make it at least a 3-2 in the series. But no, I'll take the hat off to Boston.
Absolutely. Our hats off to Boston Red Sox for winning another World Series. That's excellent. To our friends in the UK, I'm sure something happened in soccer yesterday too that we also should congratulate, which is awesome. Actually, the owner of Leicester City, our condolences to that fan base and that family, because he just died in the helicopter crash, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. But it's all about, that's what we're doing here. There's a globalization. The boxing is the most global sport, in my opinion, because you have, fan bases from everywhere. You have talent from everywhere. Some people would say, soccer, or as you call it, football, is the most global, but we don't see that here. So I'm going to go with boxing.
Yeah, and don't forget, next year we're trying to set up a symposium, actually a convention for the Fair but Firm Boxing Academy. Ooh. Watch out, guys. We're coming out to train judges and referees around the world, get them certified under the Fair but Firm banner. Make sure that you get out. We'll be putting out some information coming January to make sure that you guys be prepared for the convention coming to Las Vegas. We're going to have 300 to 400 attendees to make sure you get on the right track. If you're a beginner, I want to get you on the amateur ranks, get you started in the amateurs. Then we're going to get you, those who are already the pros, want to raise the bar, or come to our refresher courses, get you certified. Worldwide, Fair but Firm Boxing Academy will be recognized as the first and only school for officials around the world. And I'll be the headliner for the show.
As you should be.
And I'll have other top-notch referees and judges around the world that will be coming here to be the instructors for the seminars. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that 2019 is going to be a big year for the Fair but Firm Boxing Academy.
I love that, man. That's a good idea. As we all know, boxing is just like anything else, is only as strong as its foundation. And as we've learned in other countries that have seen an explosion in attention, an explosion in talent, an explosion in everything having to do with boxing, when you start from the ground up, when you start from the judges, when you start from the officials, you have a foundation to build upon. And there you build talent, there you build gyms, there you build promoters, and there you build a fan base after that.
No question about it. The thing I like about boxing is that there's so much interest and there's so many young folks in the younger generation that are getting caught up into boxing. I mean, we know MMA is a great sport, and you got many other sports: soccer, American football, baseball, hockey. Hockey is really.
Hey, we did it last night. Yeah, hey, Golden Knights. By the way, good game. We haven't had that much to celebrate this year, so we had something to celebrate last night. That was a good day for us.
Yeah, but so many sports around the world. But there's so much interest in boxing, and we got our producer here, Charlie, who's always ready to to get me going with the show, and he's always making sure that we are in check with everything we're doing. And I can tell you one thing is
hey, I got a question. Since we're doing a spooktacular show, we're doing a Halloween edition. I got a question that might annoy our British fan base even more than saying soccer over and over again. Why is Eddie Hearn so spooked to let Anthony Joshua fight anybody good? I haven't understood this since the Klitschko fight. We get it. He did it. He came, he fought the baddest man in the world. He fought him after Tyson Fury already beat him. He fought him 2 years after Tyson Fury already beat him. But, yes, he beat the heavyweight champion. He won the big fight. And since then, what? Joseph Parker, Carlos Takam, whoever else. I mean, this has not been a who's who. It's been a who. This is I sure would like to see Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua be a little less spooked and a little bit more like have a little more of that Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, but Eddie Hearn says and he's looking at a fight Jamel Big Baby Miller.
Yeah, he thinks Jarrell Miller.
You know, it's a 22-0 record with 19 big knockouts. He looks at him as a possible opponent for Anthony Joshua.
Of course, because he's not scary.
Yeah.
I mean, he's scary if you own an all-you-can-eat buffet and he walks in because the guy weighs about 320 pounds, which is that's something else. What do you think about guys that are that big? You think it's bad for mobility?
Yeah, of course. You know, after 4 rounds, these guys cannot even pick up their gloves.
No,
they can't move around. You want to make sure that these guys are in great shape and they're ready to continue with the fight. But after 4 rounds, a heavyweight is over 300 pounds. You got to be
there's
kidding.
No way.
I mean, hey, is this sumo wrestling or what?
It might be. Dude, I'm serious.
If it's sumo wrestling, okay, but not in boxing, guys. Come on.
I agree with you, man. That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hey, you guys out there watching, you know, if you're looking for a nice team of entertainment to get you singing or something, John and I, we can either, you know how to sing, or you know.
I'll pick it up.
Okay, you
I'll
know
figure it out.
You know how to sing Far, Far Away?
I don't know that.
Yeah, so nobody can hear you. Anyway.
I was always told to sing solo. Solo, no one can hear you.
Hey guys, but you know what? We like to have fun on the show. We want you guys to experience the best. I mean, we got a great audience out there around the world. We keep getting all kinds of emails and so much attention for what we're doing because we want to try to share our knowledge and wisdom with the fans around the world and, of course, with fighters that are up and coming, especially those fighters that are thinking about turning pro. There's a lot in the amateur ranks. They're looking to come up and do something special. Well, you know what? I think that we are trying to just give you what you want. If you have any questions in reference to what we're doing with the boxing, yes. You know, today we look like clowns and having some fun, but you know what? This is Halloween, and we want to have some fun, making sure that our friends around the world, especially our friends, hey, Jackie Nunez, we take our hat off to you for the nice artwork you do for our...
Jackie Nunez, you've been instrumental to everything regarding our success. You're absolutely unbelievable. We love you to death. And all you guys that see all our promotional posters that get posted on our pages and the Into Boxing pages, that's all her. She does that, and she's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, so if you guys need any help with your work,
reach out to her.
Reach out to Jackie Nunez.
She's in all over our comment section, so don't say you can't find her because she's everywhere.
And then we got Dylan Tadaro, who's doing a great job.
Our lovely witch who you saw in the beginning of the show. She's I love having we're all dressed up here in studio.
Yeah, so she's our executive director to what I do here and my whole team, and then we got Charlie Carrillo. Charlie said
the man behind the scenes.
Yeah, the man behind the camera. He's the engineer. I said, "You're gonna get dressed up for Halloween?" He said, "Joe, I don't have to be dressed up."
Yeah, he's a sound guy. He went as a sound guy, and he's killing it.
He said, "Nobody's gonna be seeing me, but we have a lot of fun here doing this." Charlie says, Charlie, I don't know if you have to put on a mask. I mean, I got it. You got it on already,
bro. Yeah. He looks.
He's a good-looking guy. You got to check out Charlie Rocks. Charlie Rocks on the internet, and you see him musician. He's a musician, a singer.
He's got all kinds of talent.
Yeah, he got a lot. He's multi-talented, and we really appreciate his work. And of course, we're coming up with the holidays here. Here in the United States, we celebrate Halloween, the Thanksgiving, of course, the Christmas around the world.
Here she is right here. Yeah, check it out. There we go. This is Dylan, our executive assistant for the Fair But Firm show. She has been also instrumental in everything we've done. But she is, so much growth has occurred because of what she's been able to do on this show, and we could not thank her enough.
Yeah,
but Thanksgiving's around the corner, so we'll do our thanks then.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're doing our spooky stuff, and I like doing that, man. It makes me smile a whole lot.
Yeah, but I want to say that Dylan has really been so instrumental to what we're doing with our shows. She kind of puts in her input, her ideas. Yes. She's so talented herself in so many ways, and she's really very special and close to our hearts for what she's doing. Anyway,
hey, we just had somebody ask us, and you know what? I wasn't going to address it, but now I am. He was saying that Ron Imhoff, Imhoff, is that Fury and Wilder are ducking him. That everyone's scared of him. You heard of this guy?
never heard of him.
Exactly. Nobody's ducking you if nobody's heard of you. You're not anybody. No one's afraid of someone with no profile. Luis Ortiz had a profile. He was scary but he just didn't have enough marketability. That's different. Ron Imhoff is a nobody. He's a no-name, and maybe one day he'll be there.
Maybe one day. You know what?
100%. You can't call somebody out for ducking someone who won't make them any money.
No, you got to get yourself a record, get some name recognition, become a household name, and before you know it, then you'll start getting people to say, you know what?
Period.
They will all respect you.
Wilder did it. No one knew who he was till 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Now, wins the WBC championship, defends it in a remarkable fashion, and then starts going up against the biggest and the baddest.
There were so many fighters. Jaime Munguia from Tijuana, Mexico, who was going to fight Triple G. They said, no.
He was talking about not being afraid. He was going to fight Triple G when he wasn't a 160-pounder.
Yeah, he wanted to, but you know what? He didn't make it, but you know what? Now he's starting to be a superstar because he did win the Super Welterweight Championship against Salam Ali in New York City. And now he's
defended it 3 times.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah, so he defended it twice after winning it the first time.
You're right.
So he's a great fighter, and I can tell you that these are things, you got a good resume, put it up there, and then show we got to see who you are, who have you been fighting to get to the top.
We're never afraid to call people out for ducking. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
Whether it's anybody. You know what I mean? We talked about Terrence Crawford and why he hasn't fought quality competition recently as well. Doesn't matter what side of the pond you're on. We are more than happy to call you out if you're not fighting anybody and give you all the credit due in the world if you're willing to fight the biggest and the baddest. Like Tyson Fury is right now. Like Mikey Garcia is right now. But to call, heavyweight champions of the world duckers because they're not fighting a guy no one's heard of, it's just it seems unfair to me.
There's a young fighter named Joyce.
Joe Joyce, he's a good fighter. He's got a profile.
Yeah, he's a young kid from Great Britain. I was with him last.
He's actually not that young.
Yeah, well, he's 33.
33, but
Okay, but he's young for heavyweight. He's a young. In my book,
he's a prospect.
He's a prospect. He has only 6 professional fights. A silver medalist representing the United Kingdom. I was with him last week here in Vegas. The kid.
You guys are the same size, right?
Yeah. He's like 6'7", man.
He's so big.
I felt like a little midget next to him because he was so tall, but he's such a nice guy. We were together watching one of the fights at the. You
fought last week, the Rio de Murata fight, right?
Yeah, he was a Murata fight, and he was sitting behind me. He was sitting next to Lomachenko, near Lomachenko.
You see that picture of the two of them together?
Two of them together.
It's so funny. It looks like if Lomachenko sat on his lap, it looked like a puppet. Yeah. It looked like a ventriloquist in his puppet. It was like two different. It's insane that they're the same. They're both pro boxers.
I tell you, but they are two. This guy Joe Joyce is going to be somebody. I predict he's fighting on December 1st.
I like him a lot.
In Madison Square Garden under Lomachenko. Lomachenko is defending his title against. Actually, he's going up to a lightweight fight, Jose Pedraza.
That's gonna be a good fight,
from Puerto Rico. It's gonna be a good fight. Hey guys, we have no scripts in front of us. We're talking from the top of our hats, so we're just trying to put you. We read up on stuff. We want you guys to understand. We come prepared, guys. I mean, sort of prepared.
We try, man. Yeah, we read up on everything. We research, but as far as the show goes, we're live and we're out there with on a tightrope with no safety net. And so sometimes, we say silly stuff, but we try our best to make sure that we get the point across.
Exactly.
And that's what's fun. And by the way, I like Joe Joyce, and my only worry about him is his age. Because if he was 28, the same skill set, same record, same prospect level, he would be someone to be reckoned with. The problem is, by the time he gets to that elite level, he'll be 35. Okay, and then once you're 35, you can do it. But it's hard.
I mean, George Foreman became a heavyweight champion of the world second time around at the age of 45.
But he's an extreme example, right?
Yeah, but this kid,
it can be done.
Joe Joyce has a lot of talent. I mean, I've seen him in training. We were in the gym a couple of months back. And he really impressed me. He has silver medalist for Great Britain and has a 6-0 record. I mean, he got the reach. He's very charismatic. I kind of think he's going to go play.
I like him too. Handsome kid, and he doesn't look 32. He looks young. There's no question. He looks really young, but he's just giant. He's a giant, man, and he might have a lot to be reckoned with. I also like F.A. Ajagba, if we're talking heavyweight prospects. The kid from, I think he's from Nigeria. Yeah, the guy that's scared. Speaking of scary, who scared Curtis Harper during the.
He climbed right out the ring.
during the stare down just decided, yeah, he's on the list for scariest boxers right now. You get somebody to leave the ring during the stare down, you definitely count. Plus an 88-inch reach will do that too. That guy's.
But let me tell you, when I referee Mike Tyson on 9 occasions, here I'm giving the instruction. All right, guys, we went to the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. And when I look at Mike, and Mike is just staring these guys down. He's right in their face. And these guys are going crazy. They're looking at him in his eyes, and they're
shaking.
Yeah, they're shaking. And I tell you, I mean, Marvis Frazier, Joe Frazier's son. When I was given the instructions, my instructions was longer than the fight. It was 30 seconds of the first round of the fight was over. I couldn't believe it. I mean, people were not even in their seats yet.
No.
When Mike Tyson knocked out Marvis Frazier.
The anthem was barely finished singing.
Oh my!
That's crazy,
it was unbelievable. Man. But anyway, that's one of the scariest guys in boxing. And of course, who's next? Who's the next spooky guy coming around?
Next spooky guy? Oh, coming around right now? I think Deontay Wilder's up there, man. I think when somebody can put you to sleep through your guard, like he did to, Bermane Siverne and a couple other guys, where you can have both hands up and he can put you to sleep. Someone with that kind of power is genuinely scary. Someone with the confidence of Tyson Fury is genuinely scary. Honestly, someone who has that kind of mobility at that size, I don't think it's beatable. I mean, I think it's scary. I don't think it's beatable, but I think it's something to be contended with. When you have someone who exudes that kind of confidence, has that kind of mouth, because that does matter. Let's all be honest, it does.
If you have problems sleeping, don't take the sleeping pill. You call Deontay Wilder.
You call Deontay Wilder. He'll put you right to sleep. Yeah. That's that mascot. That's the mascot from ESPN. He'll put you. You can take that like a NyQuil. He'll put you right out. Bam.
You've got these pills called Wilder.
My God. Don't take two.
Only one.
Don't take two. Doctor recommended.
You won't wake up after that forever. So you want to take the Wilder pills?
Yeah, it'd be like, doctor's like, hang on.
One a day, maybe one a week.
You shouldn't even do that much. Yeah, that's not
you take one we take one of those Wilder pills, brain concussion for sure.
For sure. Like, for sure, yeah. Hey, I want to make sure I get all our shout outs out, because sometimes we get too excited, we don't have time. We try and keep the show to a pretty good set time limit. So I want to make sure that we shout out the fact that we're on iTunes as well. If you want to get us on the podcast app, you can also catch us on the Google Play. You can catch us on Spotify. A lot of people do that. You can catch us on audioboom.com. That's our original hosting site. You can catch us right here on Facebook Live and Facebook Period if you want to do rewatches. And then also we're on YouTube on our under the Joe Cortez channel. You can find us if you just Google Fair But Firm.
Of course, we're on Pluto, Mars, you name it. We're all over the world. So.
We're on Instagram. We also have a show on Saturday mornings here in Las Vegas and the surrounding 13 states. We have
that's on 101.5 FM
and 720.
6:20 a.m.
720.
7:20. I'll take 7:20 a.m.
K-Don. It's the Valley's only sports talk news FM show. So you can catch us on 11:30 Pacific time here in the Valley on that radio station. So you can pretty much catch us anywhere.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely. And you know what, guys? I will tell you that we're here to, like I said before, to talk about doing the right things in life. If you want to get ahead, you want to give it all you have in sports, any sport, whether it's soccer, football, boxing, baseball, tennis, hockey, you name it, Muay Thai,
kickboxing, pretty much any of them.
You know what? Train hard. You know, the only way you're gonna make it is by giving it all you have and be very honest with yourself. You have to be focused. Be very focused on what you're doing, not only in sports and everything you do in life. Because sometimes we make mistakes in life. Sometimes we need somebody to kind of get us and put us back on track. And my thing is about helping people out there from all walks of life. If you have problems, whatever problem it is, most of our young folks I feel for, and my heart goes out to it, those individuals that are doing drugs, those that are addicted to something that got to be taken care of. There is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And I want you guys to understand that if you need help, reach out to somebody. Somebody will always be willing to help you out. You know, me as a sports athlete and a referee, I'm a compassionate individual because I always care about my fighters in the ring, but I also care about you guys as well, because we want to give you the direction and the attention that you need. We love you guys. We care for you guys. There is hope. We want to make sure that not only us as being sometimes comedians, having some fun on the show, but we're trying to give you a little bit of what you need in life. Even if just like a little hug, you get a little hug once in a while, it means so much when you give that hug. Everybody wants to be hugged a little bit, at least once a day. And tell the ones you love, tell them you love them, tell them I love you. Tell them at least once a day. It's so important because we can go places when it makes you feel better about yourself.
Hey, speaking of which, I want to make sure that we shout out Romeo Acosta. It's his birthday today. Big 18th birthday to Mr.
Romeo
Acosta. He's the man. I also want to shout out Connor. My dad's birthday is tomorrow. I got all kinds of. We have so many birthdays. I don't really have time for all of them, but we want to make sure we shout out Romeo as well as just everyone on the team, man. It's been a really good month. It's been a really good year, and happy Halloween.
And our friends out there in Great Britain into boxing. Dan, my whole team of friends out there. We love you guys so much. Remember, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up. God bless.